there are some blank values, right? So the system is going to interpret it as null values. Okay. Now the thing is, how do you create let's say database in MySQL Workbench? So all of these database, they have been created by myself. Okay, so if I'm going to give you certain data files, right? So as I've shared in the WhatsApp group already, so there will be multiple CSV files, right? Those CSV files can act as tables, right? And they can be set up in a given database. Okay, so first let's the first thing is how to create a database. So you'll see that there's this like database signal, right? This database icon here, create a new schema in the connected server. Okay, so wherever you are, again, you can have multiple profiles in your workbench. This in the current profile you want to create a schema, so I'll just press there, and it's going to ask me the name of the schema. So I'll just write test db. uh, 3 is already there. I'll just write 4. You can write anything, right? Just press apply. It's going to ask, okay, whenever you're doing this, this is the action from the UI, right? But for the system, there has to be a code for that. Like you can see that whenever I'm asking the system to create a database with the name testdb4, is going to run this particular line of query, create schema and the name testdb4. I'm just going to put apply here, and I can keep everything default. Execute SQL statement. I'll say finish, and you can see that testdb4 is here. So this UI, this window is for the creation. You can just skip it because that the action has already been completed. You can just put close, and your database is created. Okay, you can see that there is no table inside. If I'm going to test db3, you can see there's db employee. In the test db, you have customer and orders, but in the test db, you don't have any tables. Now, how do I import a table? How do I import any certain data? Okay, so right click on testdb, and first of all, I want everyone to have this testdb4 name created in their SQL Workbench. Let me know when you're ready. Either we can do this, or maybe I can just go with the whole scenario, and then you can just watch video, and then you can do like on your system. But it's going to be more fruitful if you are going to see any sort of issue, and then I can help you out like along the way, right? Like, do you guys have your system ready with the workbench on? Is
Yes.
there anyone who is not on the system and just using the phone? Okay, I'm assuming everyone is there. If you are having any sort of issue, just let me know. If you're not going to say anything, I'm going to assume that you're not having any sort of trouble. Okay, that's the way we're going to go forward in this class. Okay, so select star from test db E001. This is not going to be the case now. We are going to select, let's say, any table from test db4, but again, there's no table. So how do I import a table? I'll just right click on the test db4. It's going to show me multiple options. You'll have to go to table data import wizard, right? Again, it's very simple, right? You want to import data in this, like in this database, right? Click on that, and it's going to show you certain path. Okay, now wherever you have downloaded your files, right, just go to that path. For example, let's say I'm just going to go to our question bank, right? So in this cracking product folder, you'll say there's this easy folder and this hard folder and medium folder. For the time, let's go with easy, right? And you can see that there are multiple. Is this
Piyush, again that frozen screen problem.
frozen
Yes.
screen problem?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I think let me just check. I need to share my whole window instead of just. Don't have any. Let me check. Okay, just next on that, all type, right? Importing a data, you can enforce certain data in each column, right? For example, this ID is automatically accessed as int. The first name, again, name, Rahul, Piyush, both is straight, so there's going to be text. Again, last name. Okay. Now, if I'm going to do refresh all, in the tables is going to show me E001 customer. Okay. So this is how you create, this is how you import a table. In this, going to click on that. It's going to create a database, all the columns and names, ID, first name, last name. Let's do a quick check on that if things are working properly. So test DB 4. Can you give me a like? quick help. As if I want to like include all the entries, check all the entries from this table, what should be my query? Include the database name as well as the table name. What are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you please
Yeah,
repeat the question?
I'm asking you to return all those rows in this customer table that is currently in this test DB4. So how do you do that?
Select star from
Uh-huh.
uh, test db4 dot
Okay, I'll just put test and then
e001
it's going
first.
to test DB4 dot
E001
E001 and that is
underscore
going to
first.
be a cust. It's going to suggest you automatically cust and I'll just put control enter. Okay. So we have successfully imported our data table in this schema. Okay. Now you can do this. You can repeat the same step for importing multiple multiple files. And I can also do one thing. I can suppose I already have let's say two tables here in this test DB. Let's say I'm going to import three more. So in total, I'm going to have five tables in this test DB. Now, suppose I want you guys to be able to use the same set of tables in that particular database. Again, that database can be exported and imported in the workbench as well. But for the time being, that's the use case. Whenever we are going with the assignment, I'll be sharing resources with you and I'll give you a test run. Okay. So you see this table E001 to DB. Okay. Now there is issue import data table. You can see that this table it shows the table in this schema and the table name is this. And what we have to do, we have to change column. So change column, which is initially this, and the final column is going to be ID. Okay, and it is supposed to be int, and that is a basic default character. Okay, so again, you can basically ignore this. And if I'm just going to do apply ID, the ID okay, now you don't have to do and now if I'm going to select everything from this test db employee table, just notice this particular column. Okay, I'll just do control okay. So this way, suppose you are importing multiple tables and you're running into some sort of issue where the table the column that it's supposed to be, and it's probably going to happen this id. I'm not sure why this id column is not properly integrated by this sql workbench, but if that's the issue, okay. So to create a database, how to import a table into the database, and how to do some sort of column names if required. Okay, that's not going to be the case, but if required. Okay, quick focus on that. So for example, in this test DB, we have ID, first name, last name, and department. You'll see that department is so I'm seeing 23146 something. Okay, forget about this. Um, I'll go with Shubhankar. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shubhankar, I want all the distinct IDs from this table. How do you do that? Different IDs from this table. Okay, how many of you know the answer? Harshvardhan. Okay, you know. Who else? The season Harshvardhan Pramod. यार को distinct IDs निकाले. Like this should be a very easy problem for everyone. everyone. So I need department ID and needs to be distinct. Okay, go ahead.
Distinct department ID means
Employee table. There's a table. I'll just write it here. Copy and paste. Is it fine?
yeah.
Right. Now there are multiple. Okay, if I'm just going to do control enter, probably I'm going to run into some error. Let's see. Okay. See, no entries have been returned from the first error message that select star from this and that. You have an error in your SQL syntax. Garbage. Again, we don't know what garbage is, right? But again,
Semicolon last word again.
even that is not going to again. The system is going to select everything. The thing is that you cannot run multiple select statements in just one single query. Okay, but in this execute the selected portion of the script. Okay, see what it is written. I'll just go again. Execute the selected portion of the script or everything if there is no selection. So if there is no selection, suppose my cursor is here, there's no particular selection. So then the system is going to run everything. And when the system is going to see these two select statements, it's going to throw me an error. Okay. So if you have to tell the system, okay, only run these two lines, select those, and then do a run. Okay. You can see the department IDs are 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 6. Okay, suppose I want to see those distinct department IDs, but in a sorted order. Okay, who's going to tell me the answer? Not you, probably, Harshvardhan. Let's go with. I want to see those department IDs, but in ascending order. What do I do? Okay, hello. I'm just going to go with someone else. Lokesh.
Yeah,
Lokesh, you the answer. How do I return these department IDs in ascending order? Should be very easier.
actually. No, sir, not really.
Hello.
Dude, we have the distinct department IDs, and I've told you how to do a sorting thing, right? So if there is a returning table, this is the returning table. Like I just asked the system to return me the department IDs, and I want to sort the table in a certain order. I can just use a order by substitution, right? So from this table and then order by order by where? By department ID, because the department IDs they have to be in ascending order. So I'll just write department ID and just do a copy paste here. No need to write again and again. Department ID. And if I'm not going to put anything, the system is by default going to take it as ascending. Again, select everything, do a run on that, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now same guy. Location only. Lokesh,
Yeah,
you tell me instead of ascending, if I want to do it in a descending order, what I'm going to do? There is a clause called ASC for ascending, but by default, the system is going to take it as ASC. Like ascending is the default behavior. If I
D-
want it to be descending, I'll have to put
DSC.
DESC, right? Should be easy on. So क्या करूँगा मैं यहाँ पे? I'm just going to cut it here and paste it here, and again do a run on that. 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone, uh, think about the various thing that I can do with this particular database. Okay, I'm going to ask any random guy one thing. Okay, tell me a problem statement on this database that might be an interesting thing to solve for. Okay, for example, like I wanted to know how many departments are there, right? If that is the question, how do I go about solving it? So I know there are 6 different departments, but again, This location is not going to return each and every one of this, right? You can just basically make it to return me all the distinct department IDs. I can also run a query to give me a count of all those distinct department IDs. Okay, so Lokesh, you only, if I want to count all those department IDs, again, distinct department IDs, how can I do that?
Yeah, count if we.
I can just put a count here. Count distinct department IDs as department count from, and again, there is no need to do an order by.
Yes.
So I'll just put control forward slash, and it's going to do, in this case, it's not automatically doing in some systems. So I'm just going to put double dash, and if I'm going to do a run on that, it's going to show me 6. Okay, so again, I'll just go again on this table, and I'm going to ask you a question to come up with a problem statement on this particular table. Okay, have a look here. So ID, first name, last name, salary, department ID. I'll give you 30 seconds. And I'm going to ask you a question to give me a problem statement based on this table, and then you are going to solve it yourself. Okay. Again, this is just a test. By now you should be able to come up with at least one problem on this table. 10 more seconds. Again, you have to come up with a problem. You have to give me a solution. Should be fine. And again, I can pick any random guy. Rahul, you there? I think I tried reaching.
No, I
Okay, you are outside. No, no problem. No problem. You can put it on mute. Vibhor, you there?
Yes, sir.
You can solve it yourself.
Sir, here we can raise a question like how many person are there with the employee ID two?
एक सेकेंड एक भाई रुक जाओ इनको मैं हटा देता हूँ. Okay, maybe I can just write a new query. It should be fine because I can just select it and then run it. Okay, tell me
How many persons are there with
how
employee
many
ID two
how
person
many persons are there?
with
Uh-huh.
employee ID two, the department ID two?
With department ID is equal to 2. That means you're basically asking how many guys are there in the department 2. And this again, you think about it, this department ID 2 could be anything. It could be a sales department, or it could be a marketing department, it could be anything, right? So this
Yeah,
is a question.
yeah.
And again, very simple and again, very good. How many persons are there with department ID 2? Vibhor, कौन आंसर Vibhor दे रहा है ना? This is Vibhor, right? Put it in the
Yes,
name.
sir.
Yeah, Vibhor. Yeah, tell me the solution here quickly.
Select, uh,
Select,
count,
count,
star
count
from
star, cool, from,
table,
I have to write the table
from
or
a
just the
test
table, no?
underscore PG,
Yeah,
from test, yeah, where
okay. Where
uh, department ID equal to 2.
where department ID, I just want to copy department ID name is equal to 2. Is this fine?
2.
Let's say I want to rename this output column as total employee count. What do I do?
Yeah, as employee count.
Employee count. Employee count. Who is there now? Devendra Ganji. Cool. Now, if I have to just check the sanity of this query, I'm just going to select it. Do run on that. It is showing me 19 employees are there in the department 2. Very good, yeah. I think someone is
Is
going a
not
bit.
it isn't it necessary to put semicolon into before running the program because we
No,
have to.
no, no. Sometimes certain databases they require you to put semicolon. In some cases, it's not required. It's completely optional, right?
Okay.
And again, there are certain cases where you are creating a table, okay, and then creating a table and then inserting some entities, right? So initially, you are creating just the table name, create this table, and then you are inserting some rows in that. So after that, create will put a semicolon there, and then in the insert. But again, that is not required as of now. They're just doing the basics. But in most of the cases, I'll say in most of the SQL queries, you won't require a semicolon. But if you're going to put a semicolon, that is not going to be wrong. So even if I'm going to put it, I'm just going to do a run on that. It's going to give me the same result. So it's, I'll say
Okay.
it's okay to put the colon, but it's not necessary all the time. Okay.
Okay. Thank
Does
you.
that answer your question here?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Um. Okay. Let's go with someone else. Varun, are you there? Okay. Just asked Varun and he left the meeting. Cool. uh, Harshvardhan, I guess you have the answer. Varun, having any issues here? Can you hear me? Because I want participation for each and every one of you. That's why I'm asking question. Don't think here why he is targeting me, right? But again,
B
okay.
before.
So this table thing, okay.
Where department ID is equal to 2.
Where department I is equal to 2 should be fine, yeah. Cool. At least you should be able to come up with these kind of basic questions yourself, right? We have spent like 3 to 4 classes, like classes covering these basics of Excel, so should be fine with that. Okay. Just one last question again, and after that, I'm going to what I'm going to do. I'll be sharing. Actually, I've already shared the file. Data file has already been shared. Okay, I'm going to share the assignment with you guys. What you have to do, and again, there will be a solution file, but it won't be shared with you right away. Okay, so first, again, see the problem, solve it yourself, and save that query somewhere. So by the way, we have SQL file 3 here. I can just create another SQL tab here, SQL file 4. You can create another one, SQL file 5. And maybe I can rename it as well, but I don't think it's going to show me the option. Again, fine on. So all the question, they should be in a particular tab, just for the sake of clarity for yourself again. And when you're done with that, create a doc, create a doc file, keep it to yourself, okay? And then tell me whenever you guys are ready. Again, and there would be a deadline for the same, right? And after that, I'll be sharing the resources in terms of the solution. And again, you have to tell me how many of you like, and what like how many questions you got correct, right? Each and every one of you. Okay, should be fine. So again, one simple question I'm going to ask you guys, and let's see how many of you can answer. Okay, again, I'll show you everything that is there in this table. Should be fine. And again, this is not going to be any sort of teaching class. This is just to give you a walkthrough of how to use Workbench in particular, right? Create a database, import a file, how to rename certain things. Okay. uh, Dude, yeah. Okay. I want you to give me all those IDs and their last name. Okay, so there is ID and there is last name. I want you to give me all those IDs and last name where the salary, again, this should be very familiar question, where the salary is at least 15,000 and the department is either 1, 2, or 3. If you can answer this question, that means you know everything that has been taught till the last class, at least the select thing. I'm not doing anything of any sort of group by clause here. Okay, all the IDs and the last name where the salary should be at least 15,000 and the department should be in 1, 2, and 3. The department could be anything, 1, 2, or 3. And I'll ask this question at random again. Again, how many of you know the answer? Just do a hand raise. हर्षवर्धन को सारे आंसर पता है यार. Okay, Rahul is there as well. I'll be more interested in Rahul this time because okay, हाथ नीचे भी कर लिया उसने. Vibhor, Devendra, Lokesh, Harshvardhan. Let's see who hasn't raised their hand. Shubhankar. I'll go with Shubhankar and Varun because they haven't raised. Don't think कि जिसने हाथ उठाया मैं उससे पूछने वाला. It's not going to be the case. Each and every one of you should know the answer, right? Shubhankar,
Yes, sir.
what's the answer? Yeah, yeah. You did not raise your hand, right?
Yes, sir.
No, yes sir or no sir. Did you raise your
No,
hand or not?
sir. No, sir.
No sir. Okay, cool. कुछ भी पूछो यस सर ही बोलते हो तुम लोग. ओके, बताओ, सोचो, गलत ही बताओ बट बताओ.
Select.
First of all, what was the question? And this is Shubhankar, right?
Yes.
Okay, what was the question? Let me
Give
see
the
if you are
ID.
hearing properly. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes.
return. What do we have to return? What columns do
I,
we need?
ID,
Hmm?
last name,
Okay,
department where salary at least 15,000,
where the salary is at
at
least
least 15,000,
15,000. Okay,
and department
and
ID from the
department ID
1, 2, or 3.
should be from
1
either 1,
or
2, or
3.
3. So this is the question.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
tell me the answer. Okay, one more thing. Have you attended all the classes as of now? Like all the classes that has been done previously?
Previously, 2 classes I left, sir, because
Two.
of yes, sir.
Because of what?
Busy schedule. I was not able to attend that class.
Okay, you're not able to attend the class. I hope you have access to the recorded video lectures. Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Did you get time to revise those?
No, sir. Properly not.
Okay, this is an honest question. Yeah, like if you're actually busy, that's one thing. But
Mm.
if you're not busy and then you're saying these kind of things, then it should not be okay. Again, you know the answer. I don't know. Actually busy or not, you know the answer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you're not putting that honest effort, I'll just request you. Yeah, I'll just request you. Okay, start doing that. Okay.
Okay,
See,
sir.
like all of your classmates, they have like they're saying that they know the answer, right? Lokesh, Devendra, Vibhor, Pramod, Rahul. They know the answer. And then again, there are some guys who haven't raised their hand, but again, it's fine. Let's go with Vibhor. Vibhor, can you answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Select.
just one thing. One thing. Have you attended all the classes?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, if you attend all the classes, you should know the answer. Yeah, so it should not be coming a surprise, but still, go.
Select
Huh?
ID,
ID.
comma, last name, last underscore name
Cool, cool. So,
from,
what's last name? Well, I'll do the rest. Okay. I just need
okay,
to see your
from
logic. Okay. From.
test DB4,
Okay, okay. Just table name, right? From test DB4 employee.
where
Where
min salary,
where
min,
means
minimum salary
means salary. Okay, okay. Interesting.
equal to 15,000
Okay.
and
Mhm.
a department ID equal to 1, 2, and 3.
There is a slight mistake. Department ID is equal to 1. You're saying comma 2, comma 3. Is that fine? Is that what you're saying?
Sir,
हाँ, बाकी लोग कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे. Everyone who knows the answer, keep mum. Okay, I'll come back to you. I need to see if this guy is
Sir,
able to.
matlab earlier I have not faced this type of question where multiple options are given, matlab like 1, 2, 3. So I think comma is fine here.
उठा के फेंक दूंगा मैं तेरे को. तूने 3 क्लासेस अटेंड करी है ना? ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
You were there in my class, right? The first class. Okay,
Yeah, yes, sir.
this is I guess my second class, right? I'm not sure. This is second
Yeah,
or
yeah.
third, but if you are there in my like in all of my previous classes, right? You should be able to answer this. There are questions that I've discussed with multiple conditions, right? You're
Sir,
just forgetting.
salary, salary comes into the bracket, the min salary.
No, no,
Salary
no,
comes
no.
into the.
Too much RRB. You're not getting there. Anyone who knows the right answer, let's go with
So can I?
Lokesh.
sir,
कौन बोल रहा है? I cannot hear.
Lokesh.
Lokesh. Yeah, Lokesh. Go ahead.
Sir, in department brackets and quotations and
Department.
salary also greater than or equal to 15.
Yeah. So where can you tell me the right syntax? Where
Where
salary
salary greater than or equal to 15,000.
greater than or equal to, right? This is the syntax for at least or at max. You're telling the system salary has to be greater than or equal to at least 15. That means at least 15,000 you're talking about. Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Okay.
and department
And
ID is
department
equal to
ID opening open
okay.
brackets and quotations one for 1, 2, 3.
Actually, if you think about it, 1, 2, 3, they are numbers, right?
Yes.
Right. I told you if it is a string, then only you have to put the quotation marks.
Okay, okay,
Right.
okay,
This is a
Okay. Okay.
number, so the system is going to get it correctly,
I
right?
think
okay.
Anyone else is saying anything here? Bolo, bolo.
Can I answer?
Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
In this department ID in, then after that in that bracket we can write 1, 2, 3. Department ID in.
Department ID in.
No, no, not in. Yeah. In department ID.
तू पहले डिसाइड कर ले मैं क्या डालूं. तू कर ले पहले डिसाइड. In
हाँ
or
या सही
not
है,
in?
in लगेगा.
In. Right? You cannot just do an equal, yeah. Lokesh, I taught in the last class, no? Like
Okay.
whenever you have a list of things, right, you have to use the in syntax. Right?
Okay.
Not equal to use nahi karenge. You don't have to use equal to. Equal is only going to be used when there is a check on a single entity where department ID is equal to 2 or department I is equal to 3. You can also use equal to, but again that has to be like written separately, like department ID is equal to 2 or department ID is equal to 3 or department ID is equal to 1, right? Something like that. But if you have a list, you have to go with the in clause,
Okay. Okay, sir.
right? So you want to see if that is going to be an error or not. Let's just do that. Okay. Select ID last name from testdb where salary at least 15,000, department ID is equal to 1 to 3. I'll just do a select on this, do a run. See, nothing was returned. And it's showing me unknown column department ID where clause. Okay, first of all, this column name is different. I'll just change it. It's not depth ID, it's department ID. I'll do a run again. It's going to still show some error. See, operand should contain one column.
Hmm.
Operand, this is operand. Equal to this is the operand. It's asking me to have just one thing, right? Equal to operand is just going to accept one value, and you are passing it a list of three values. It doesn't know how to deal with that. Okay, so just put in, and things should be fine. See,
Yeah.
ID last name Morgan. Suppose I also want to check if things are written correctly or not. So instead of just ID and last name, I can also return department ID as well. So ID from, again, do a run on that. See, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Every place you're going to see 1, 2, 3 only. Okay. So this was a quick, I'll say, overview of your SQL Workbench. Again to reiterate how to import a database, create a database, import tables, do any column name changes, and do any sort of test queries. Right. Now I'll be sharing the data files already shared. I'll be sharing the assignment file with you guys, and you have to submit the solution, your solution, by tomorrow. Okay, the link will be there where to submit it, and then I'll check. Okay, so I can do this for the next 2 or 3 days. Okay, the next 2 or 3 classes. Next thing onward, what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you to tell me how many you got correct and how many did not correct, so that we can discuss in the class. And I'm hoping the first few assignments are going to be relatively easier. Okay, in the coming future you'll be seeing difficult problems, right? So I won't be expecting that you will be solving each and every one of them. So suppose there are 10 questions, maybe you'll be solving 5 or 6, but 3 or 4 they will be needing some help in the class. Okay, hopefully that thing is sorted. Again, any question you have, let me know. Close this class. Okay, cool.
Is video recording of this class is available, sir?
Yeah, video recording is there, right?
Okay.
That was the thing. Mike was asking if the recording was on or not. I told him that okay, it's on, but the mic is on as well, so you have to keep it off. Okay, so yeah, to answer the question, the video recording will be there,
Okay.
and it will be like uploaded on YouTube, and the link will be shared in the group as well. Or
Okay.
maybe like those who need it, again, it's a case to case basis, right? That's the whole thing. Like we have to encourage like you guys, but again, like it's going to be available for everyone. But again, you have to attend the classes to get the maximum out of it, so that you can ask questions.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other clarifications? If there is no question, I'll just stop sharing and I'll see you again. Okay, cool, guys. Bye.
Like this.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Thank you, sir.